Okay, so new Dapp alert, and I am mining. These Dapps, I mean, BetFury was the most excited I've been in a while on a Dapp. It's like there's a new Dapp all the time. They make these minor changes all the time. This one's interesting. I've got a strategy for it, and I hate not to mess with it because people are like, crypto wealth, you're always messing with these Dapps, but one of them is going to make it. The question is who's going to make it, and I hate to miss out on the one that's going to make it, so to speak. I think Wink's going to make it. Someone said, I saw a video yesterday, someone said Wink was irrelevant. I thought, you've lost your marbles. I mean, Wink's got so much development in place right now. As I was saying, Wink has a lot of development in place. You need to follow the Telegram and whatnot. But this isn't about Wink. So just BetFury right now, I've had a different strategy with BetFury, and I'll talk about that in a minute. I'll talk about my strategy right now with BetFury towards the end. And when I start talking about what I'm going to do with BitLex, it's a very different strategy with BitLex than what I'm going to do with than what I have done with BetFury. So BitLex, I think, I'm not sure, they may be Russian in origin, which gives me all sorts of heebie-jeebies, to be honest with you. But with that being said, and the only reason I say that is because it seems like there has been a few scams that were from Russian sites. I'm not saying just because it's a Russian site it's a scam. There just have been some in the crypto space. But if you come over, they got sports coming out. I think that's 59 days. It's a Telegram. We'll talk about that in a minute. I think that's 59 days, 88 days for an exchange. They got a token. They're doing like an ICO. And if you go to the ICO, 27 days ICO, you can buy the token, you can read the white paper. To buy the token, it's roughly 2 TRX for 1 Lex. Now, another YouTuber erroneously said that it was cheaper to buy the token than it is to mine it. That's not correct, I don't believe. I'll show you why in a minute. But he basically said it was cheaper to buy the token. It's not cheaper to buy the token. It's depending on the game that you're mining with, it's probably cheaper if you were playing the wrong game, but you can mine the token pretty cheaply. I think you can mine the token for about 1 TRX. Yeah, about 1 TRX you can mine it for, and I'll explain that here in a minute. But I've not seen an ICO like this in a while. They're talking about going to an exchange. I don't know if this is going to be a good thing or a bad thing, which this all affects my strategy a little bit. So let's just go back to the actual game itself. Oh, this is the dice. Sorry, I want to go back to the actual gaming page. So this is the gaming page, and they've got a few games. They got more games. They're actually, it looks like, I was looking at the horse racing. It looks like the horse racing is live. I haven't looked at all these yet. I mean, the horse racing definitely looked live. This looks like it could be live as well. That looks like it's live. It's pulling it from my Tron wallet. Let's see what happens. Yep, that looks live to me. Looks live to me. Well, there you go. Look at that, I just won. I don't know what this is even all about. Double. Choose a card. I literally am playing this. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. You won. Okay, I just doubled, I guess. Collect. Oh, I can keep doubling. Yeah, I'll just collect. Wow. So that's live. That's interesting. By the way, these are off-chain games. All these games are off-chain, just like BetFury. Not all of them. I mean, people get this messed up all the time. You deposit, but they are all okay. They are all off games, but these games right here that I was just on earlier, the dice games, the new dice, X50 and Space, those are like, Moon, Ring, new dice is like Trontopia dice and then dice. And they're all based off hash rates. They're not actually on the blockchain, but they're based off hash rates. They're provable to be fair, blah, blah, blah. I'm not sure about the games we just looked at. They almost look like little flash games. But there's a lot of games here. unfortunately, players don't care whether it's on-chain or off-chain. They just don't, unfortunately. So they're giving away $70 worth of their token. They're saying they're giving away $70. This is super early, by the way. If you're wondering, this is super early. Like, this is stage 1. Like, early. Only 20,000 in the div pool, 20,000 mined so far. This is super early. They pay their divs every 10 minutes. And you can withdraw. I was reading, you can go read the Telegram. I don't think it matters if you click get it. They'll go to your wallet. Although you have to add an address to your wallet. I saw it in Telegram earlier. To actually see it, I don't have the address added. But you can see it on the website by coming up here and clicking Lex. That's how many tokens I have. I started mining with about 600 Tron. I'm going to mine some more. They're paying divs every 10 minutes. It doesn't look like they're holding divs back. They pay out 60% of the earnings go to the div pool. So, yeah, and this number doesn't go up in real time, but every 10 minutes it goes up based off current divs. And again, this is early, but they're giving away 70 tokens. Essentially, they're saying it's $70 worth. I don't know how they're coming up with that dollar amount, but that's what they're saying. It's on their Twitter right here. If you click on documents, the BitLex platform, click on documents is on their Twitter. I'll put a link to this in the description. But I'm gonna mine it. I'm gonna see what happens. I'm gonna do this one a little bit different than BetFury. So BetFury, I basically mined for a while, and knowing that it was gonna end up being a longer ROI, because I literally mined until the div pool started sliding backwards. And they've come out with this slot. They've come out with a slot game, and they've got a mega slot promotion running right now. It's cheaper to play slots on BetFury and mine than it is to mine with dice right now. And I did consider mining. I mean, it's tempting. It's real tempting. It's very tempting. But I decided not to, because I think, and the div pool is still going back even with this promotion, which tells me that most of the miners are gone and it's just players. And if you go to their Telegram, there's a lot of people playing. Like, they've got an enormous Telegram, and it is extremely active. And I said that yesterday on my live stream. By the way, if you didn't watch my live stream yet, you should go watch it. We talked about Hex, the Hex coin, Richard Hart, all that stuff. But my ROI for BetFury is going to take a while, meaning it's going to take at least 65 days, 70 days, 80 days. I'm not concerned about it. My whole goal in BetFury is I think it's going to be here long term. That's my guess, not financial advice. I'm not telling you what to do. That's what I'm doing. I think BetFury is going to be here for a long time. So I didn't mind taking a longer ROI, kind of having a bigger piece of the pie, so to speak. And that's why there are some people still mining if you go into Telegram. And that's why they're still mining. Because they're like, look, it's going to be here for a long time. We just want our piece of the pie, so to speak. I just think some of the bigger whales might have stopped mining for now. And they're probably just trying to pull some profits out. And they may start back mining. You never know once they get profits. Sometimes once people get, 50% ROI or whatever, they just go back to mining. Because they want a bigger piece of that pie. I have 70,000 BFG. I really wanted 100,000. But I think I'm going to hold off on BetFury for a while. Once I ROI, I'll probably play casually. Now, BitLex, so my strategy here, this ICO page, sorry. My strategy here is a bit different. Of all the games, the new dice has the best. Let me show you this. If you want to talk about the cost of mining. So new dice, if you go all the way out, you can get a 98% chance of winning. A 98% chance of winning. What that means is you get a 2% chance of losing. Looks like there's about a 1 multiplier. I think it's a 1.5% edge that the house has. 1% edge maybe. Let's see. Maybe 1.5% edge, which means if you wager for every 900 wagered, you get a token. I'm trying to figure out where that's at. Right here in stage 1. Every 900 Tron wagered, you mine 1 token. Well, if it was 1,000 TRX wagered to mine 1 token at a 1.5% edge, that means it would cost you 1.5 Tron as long as you make a large number of bets. People are like, you said it was 1.5 Tron and it cost me 3 Tron. That's because you didn't have a small enough bet for your bankroll to get enough bets. Statistically, you can't outrun the math. The math is like I don't have any problem saying this. The math is the math is the math. So I don't care if you pay 3 Tron. If you're worried about that, if you can't make a large enough bet, you need to go buy. If you want to get in, go buy at 2 Tron on the ICO. However, if at a 1.5 house edge and at 1,000 Tron wager, that's 1.5 Tron per Lex, as long as you make enough bets. And you need to be able to make enough bets. So at 900, it's even less. It's probably closer to like 1.4, 1.3. I'm sorry. Yeah, 1.4, 1.3 Tron per Lex. So I'm going to mine. Now, I will tell you, if you do the regular dice, I don't recommend the regular dice. If you do the regular dice, it's 98.5, 1% chance to win. I guess that actually ends up being the same edge, I think. The same house edge, because they're paying out 1%. I'm just realizing that. 10. Now I may be doing my math wrong. That looks like, oh, this way. There we go. There we go. Yeah, they're still paying out 2.6. A 5% chance of winning, you get 3.6. What's that? %5 chance of winning. Meaning if they paid true odds, you would win 105 if there was no house edge. But since there's a house edge, you only get 3.6. So minus 3.6. Is that, maybe that's cheaper. Wait a minute, what am I doing? 2%. Wow, so Dice, it looks like it's cheaper. I didn't even realize that. I messed that up. So Dice is 1.4 right now. Okay. I know what else finished playing. Play Dice. Make sure you're 95% chance of winning. Pay out 1.03. 1.4% house edge. That's a very low house edge. And you're going to be mining tokens at about 1.3, 1.2 Tron per token as long as you make enough bets. So here's my goal. I mine today. I'm probably going to mine throughout stage 1 and just see what happens and just ROI. Because you can ROI really fast. There's a sound. I was looking for the sound earlier. You can ROI really, really fast. I've got 29 tokens so far. Started at 600 with 600. And I make 100. Personally, I'm doing 100 Tron bets. And yeah, auto and just hit roll. I was able to turn the sound off. It's got an ugly sound. Now, they pay out 10%. Someone said, oh, they pay out every 10 minutes. Someone said, oh, they can do that because they're on the Tron Network. Listen, I hate to say this, but IOST is paying out iPirates. You can see dividends in real time. I just withdrew 500 IOST a minute ago. This thing's up to 7 million IOST, and it's growing. Yeah, you can claim in real time every second on IOST because there's literally no cost to be able to use the blockchain. It's nuts, just so you know. Fish and Chips is doing well. iPirates is doing well. But I still like Tron. I'm not going anywhere. I'm holding Tron. So I'm gonna go for kind of a quick ROI. I'm gonna mine through level 1 right now, I think, through stage 1, and just see if I can get my ROI back and hold a piece of it and just see what happens. So you never know what team's gonna take off and do something. So I'm just gonna see what happens with it. And by the way, you can gamble it's almost like they watched IOST. The reason I say that is because you can gamble your Lex. Not that IOST was the first to do that. But you can gamble your Lex and they pay out every 10 minutes. There's not many Tron platforms. I don't know of any Tron platforms that's done that yet. The way you accrue your dividends every 10 minutes. And by the way, literally, I've been in this thing today so far for all of 30, 40 minutes. And I've gotten those 2. I've gotten 19 Tron back. What's going to happen in the next hour? I mean, the next 24 hours. I mean, at the rate that we're accruing divs, and it's so freaking early. Look at this. That's not the Telegram, sorry. The Telegram has 37 members. So the first 1,000 are going to get an airdrop. The first 1,000 are going to get the airdrop. So I would recommend, I'll put a link in the description. If you want to participate with BitLex, you can do that. It's risky. I don't know what's going to happen. There are certain things on the website, like it's not super clear how to get the jackpot up here. They say there's a certain percentage. Any player placing any bet can get the jackpot with a probability. So I don't think it's based on anything. They don't say it's based on something, probably something in a hash or whatever, or a random number generator, but they don't say what it's based on. So there's stuff like that that's a little bit confusing, but it's still brand new. This thing is hours old, and you know, with all due respect, they launched better than, what was that last one we were part of? Tron, the one that we ROI'd. I can't even think about it right now. Hypertron or whatever it was. Anyway, they've launched better than that so far. So, and they are active in the Telegram. If you ask questions or whatnot, they are active in the Telegram. But all you got to be one of the first 1,000 people. I would click on the link, come to the website, link your wallet to the website. You got to do that. And then I'll put the instructions to the airdrop to get your $70 worth of their tokens. They're claiming it's going to be $70 worth to the first 1,000. If nothing else, claim your free dividends, because just for holding 70 tokens, you're going to get free dividends. At this very moment, I don't even have 70 tokens, and I'm already getting some decent dividends. Now, I think the 70 tokens are going to be airdropped. I think they're airdropped here in a few days. I'm not exactly sure when they're airdropped. I'm not even sure when it says. Let's see. Just smiling. Maybe they airdrop them right away. If so, that would be cool. I'm gonna do this as soon as I get off here, because there's no reason not to get the free tokens. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Stick around for more crypto Dapp conversations.